kitchen floor. She sat beside the woman that met her when she came crying at the door. Her emerald eyes were shining like the jewels of a youth. She leaned in close and asked her for a secret and a truth. Grandma, tell me how you got so blessed to find just one, to walk through 40 years and never wish that you were done. How'd you find a man like Grandpa, steady as a stone, while the rest of us are searching and we're sleeping all alone? She looked out through the window to the shadow of the barn. She spun a thread of memory like a weathered ball of yarn. She said, honey, you're mistaken, though he's all you've ever seen. That man out in the stables isn't just the man he's been. I didn't marry one man, there's a crowd out in the hay, and it took a dozen different ones to get us to today. He would save me, and he said it far too loud. He swore to love me always, but he went and lost the war, and he came home having forgotten what he was fighting for. The second was a saint, a sinner, caught between the dark and light. He found Jesus and the Spirit, but he couldn't win the fight. He had one foot in the kingdom and a hand stayed on his sword. He'd hit his knees on Sunday, crying out, I love you, Lord. But by Monday he was gone again, lost from dusk till dawn, falling back to old habits while the porch light stayed on. The third man is the old man that you see out there right now, with the silver in his whiskers and the furrows on his brow. He finally reached his breaking point, the pride began to peel, and he asked me if I thought of leaving, if the pain was real. I looked him in the eye and said, yes, I thought to go. For 40 years of sorrow is a heavy seed to sow. I told him he'd asked for forgiveness, but he'd never once been sorry, not to me and not to God, for the wreckage of our story. Sorrow and the salt of every tear hit him like a landslide, ending decades of his fear. He felt the hollow silence of the rooms where he'd been cold, the loneliness of a story that he'd never once been told. The weight of every secret and the ache of every lie came crashing down upon him like a fist from the sky. I watched the wall come down and saw the churning in his blood as 40 years of crying finally hit him like a flood. She turned her emerald eyes to mine and gave a little sigh. You don't just find a good man, girl, you watch the bad ones die. It's a long road to the barn, she said, her voice a gentle flame. And 40 years of marriage is just a lot of different men with the same old